I should be recording at 10 a.m. So it's been almost 6 weeks since the Daily Mass Challenge began. Just give you guys a quick little update on what's happening. Just came from Daily Mass. Really love going. Highly recommend it if you guys have been thinking about wanting to do something like this. If not, get into a devotional. I met this guy. I work with this guy every day for the last 10 years. He's a trim carpenter for one of our builders. And I don't know how it got started in the conversation, but since going to daily mass, I found it much easier to just share my faith. Just talking about God and so forth. So anyways, this trim carpenter, I'm not going to name any names. He's been on my mind a lot for the last day, simply because he asked, so what's going on with your music thing, Greg? I'm like, well, yeah, it's still there, but kind of changing courses a little bit. I'm shifting into the content creation and told him about making videos and this podcast idea that I'm thinking about. And you go, oh, what's it called? And I go, it's about God. He goes, well, that's a good topic. And he said, that's just how we just, on a construction site at lunchtime, just talking, and that's how you share your faith, guys. It's crazy how we went in, we were in the book of Matthew 7, we were in Ephesians, we were all over the place talking and sharing our faith. On the surface, show me the app and what he likes to do at the beginning of the day, how he likes to start his day, and it's just crazy how I used to be afraid to mention God at the workplace. Now, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just some fear of separation of church and state, the mythical separation of church and state. Don't get me started. And I've always thought that you needed to be separate from the workplace, but that's just the enemy clouding your own judgment. I mean, I've always tried to keep work professional, and plus I'm just so busy working, I don't really have time nor do I see anybody else have time. But I'm sure that there have been many opportunities that I have missed, that I didn't miss yesterday, but that I have missed to have an opportunity to share your faith. So it was, I've been thinking about him a lot, lifting him in prayer today, thinking about how he starts the day with the Lord. He invited me to a Bible study. I invited him on the podcast. It's crazy how things are working out. And these are just everyday Joes who have a love and fervor for God, and that they just want to learn. They're like a sponge. They just absorb and observe, and they just soak it all in. And I remember what that was like when I was first starting out as a Christian, way back in 2002. Many years ago, I made my peace with God, and since then, He's just showered me and the people in my life with an abundance of blessings. So I just, this whole daily mass thing has just branched off into so many different other things that you don't even think about. I keep thinking about Sister, what she told me, how you think that going is going to take away time, but you get it back in quality. And it's so true. Not only do you get it back in quality, but it will branch off into so many different areas and facets of life in general that you don't even realize. It's in every nook and cranny, so to speak. But I'm here today in this beautiful view, and I am just hanging out here waiting for the carpet people to come. They are scheduled to be here in like 20 minutes or so, and I got to get them started, and then I need to do some long overdue driveway maintenance. Yeah, maybe we can talk a little bit about that. This podcast for this channel is very, very exciting to me. I cannot wait. I can't wait to get this thing up and running. There's so many people have expressed an interest in wanting to be involved with it. They want to tell their story. So this is the entrance. I'm going to dress this off with a number 1 pea gravel. You can see here, these are like number 2. This is 2B and 2A. That's about the size of the stones you're dealing with. The pea gravel is like more like this size here. But I'm going to dress this off. I got to pressure wash the wall, and we're going to do a tour here shortly, but I'm not ready to do that yet. This is something that's just I need to fix. There's 2 or 3 little areas like this around my driveway. This is the first one where this grass is kind of growing up. Maybe it's hard to see. What this is piles of stone. It's much higher in here than it should be, because this is where I plowed snow, and this is where I would leave the snow. Was probably this high in the winter time. And just I push it from this way and push it here, and just leave it in a big pile right here, because we don't go up and down this part of the driveway yet. We haven't even built that. But as you can see, it's left nothing but piles and piles of stone here, which is good. It's in the driveway. Last year I pushed it off the road and it was all in these woods. It's like you can see some stone over here, and I don't want to lose the stone. I paid too much money for it. I want to keep it on the driveway. So this is just an easy fix. I'll come up here with the machine and I'll just back drag this and smooth that out so that I can run my lawnmower in here and fix that. But so there's that area. Got to get a little bit of pea gravel in over here and dress this up. And then there's a dip in the driveway here. I need a couple buckets of gravel here. So I need 1 or 2 buckets of stone here. This is good, man. This is all choked off real nice with the 2A modified stone. It's solid. And just past these 2 pine trees where this tree is, this maple, the grade drops and you can see the base is starting to come up. This is also where water comes off this hill and starts washing. So I have some of the bigger number 3s and number 4s you can start to see. And you can see the tire track marks have worn down here and here, all the way down the driveway. And it's especially cumbersome when you're coming up the driveway, because your tires spin out and they don't really get good traction. So I need to get a couple loads of stone. By loads, I mean triax loads. I gotta buy and have them put 1 load down there and maybe put 1 load up here, and then I can kind of push this down and then pull that up until they meet and fill this in. And I need to go with the smaller stone and with the dust, the modified stuff in there, so that it'll choke that off. Somebody also told me about something called millings, which is like berm material. It's when they grind up asphalt. It's actually darker and it's almost like dust, and you mix it in with the stones, and if you roll it and compact it right, it gives you a pretty solid surface. But I found that a lot of the quarries don't carry that. You have to get it from a different place, and for the price of what we're getting with the 2A modified, I think this stuff works pretty good too. But I can see maybe something down here where we were just at on that steeper part, going with something like that. But then it's a different color. It's like, I mean, that's part of the charm of having a stone driveway, is constant maintenance, and you're going to have different aggregates, so you're going to have different colors, different looks, and it's a small fortune to try to pave all this. So, you know, stones is what it's going to be. But until then, I need to just address this part of it. And I kept thinking that I should probably wait until next year, because we're going to have a cut. The driveway is actually going to come and cut Let me see if I can show you. Right there, this tree here in front of me, the driveway's going to come up and then cut right in front, and then it's going to go there, and then it's going to go through the woods and then come up to where we were when we started. And that's how this is going to go, like, just so that it'll go through the woods and just real beautiful and scenic, less steep. I was going to leave this as a utility entrance, but that whole project with the culvert pipe in the middle of the turn back here, that's all gonna happen next year. I'm not gonna get started on it this year. It's too much and I don't want to deal with it. I still have to finish this basement studio rebuild. You know, I have months of furnishing that thing and getting that thing wired and brought up to date. I'd like to try to get it done by Labor Day. Beginning of September. But anyways, that's the update, guys. I just thought I'd share a little bit about work and a little bit about faith, since that's what this video was kind of about, sharing your faith at work. And yeah, it's just been a blessing since starting daily mass. You'd be surprised at the places that God can show up in a very friendly way, and knocked on some barriers that I thought that were there that were never there, and opened up different ways of viewing people that you work with for years that you never realize. I think what strikes me most is how contagious when I see Jesus in other people. What I mean by that is, you know, when you see their faith, when you see their reverence, when you see their solemnity, when you see their holiness and their passion when they talk about faith in God, I'm surprised. Like, and I don't know why. I'm not the only person God loves and has a plan and purpose for. He has a plan and purpose for you too. And I tend to forget that sometimes. And that's this whole inward thinking, and it needs to be shifted to an outward thinking, you know, about this person and that person. And I just find it inspiring that to see the love and passion that people have for God that I never knew was there before. And I shouldn't be surprised, because I have that passion. At least I would like to say that I have that passion. But when you don't have an opportunity to let that light shine, so to speak, you know, it's you got to be that city on the hill, or that lampstand, that lamp. You put it on a stand so that the light can shine everywhere. I think that's what that means. Anyways, I think that's what has struck me the most about having that talk with the trim carpenter yesterday, was knowing this guy all those years and never realizing what a passion and love that he has for God. And it's changed my whole way of how I look at him and think about him now. I mean, we speak differently, than we write differently than we read. Like the three different ways. Like sometimes when you listen, you don't hear it, but if you read it, you get it. Or sometimes if you're reading, you might not get it unless you verbalize it and speak it, you know. So we're very sensually, sensory people, you know, and we need to use our ears and our eyes and our mouth to relay and convey and relate that which we are passionate and we have a love for. So anyways, without any more reservation, you guys have a blessed day. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next one.